Item number 8. Submission on the Shop Trading Hours Amendment Bill. Good afternoon, Jane. Okay, Jane, the floor is yours.
Hi, I'll take the report as read, and are there any questions?
Any questions? Submission, pretty straightforward. No questions? Okay, so it's we've already put this in, have we? Yep. So endorses the submission. The Economic Growth and Infrastructure Select Committee. So we'll just send the submission down? It's already gone? Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we need any representation at the Select Committee or not?
I had no input from anyone suggesting that.
Okay, cool. Good. Okay, recommended a resolution there. Thank you, Councillor Cousins. Seconded by Councillor Stewart. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Against? Carried. Item number 9 is done. Item number 10. Taupo China Trade Delegation. Good afternoon, Chloe. Chloe Walker, Business Manager.
I'll take the bulk of the item as read, but I thought I'd just kind of cover a couple of points quickly. So this is a project that we've been discussing for a number of years. It's been on our project plan to look at leveraging our relationships with China to support local businesses. We held a hui on the 23rd of November. A number of the councillors attended that, and that was well attended, and had a record amount of interest from the business community. So we had extending support to them with China, and following that we put out an expression of interest form, and we've had over 15 now expressions of interest in joining a delegation of this nature. The sectors for those, and I can't obviously mention the businesses at this stage because of confidentiality, but the sectors we're looking at are tourism, agriculture, dairy, manufacturing, importing, geothermal and horticulture. So so basically I'll take that question that is read and answer any questions from you.
Sorry, Chloe, was tourism one of them, did you say? Yeah, cool. So, and the businesses pay themselves,
So
complete costs?
To all of their own costs to attend, and we're also including a charge to send a translator up with the delegation. Obviously, we make sure that we've got appropriate support in market, and that includes training before the delegation will go to China with local. Debrief afterwards, and also what we're looking to do is to charge an administration fee as part of that, which really is to cover the amount of time and cost that council to put together a delegation.
Thank you, Chloe. Okay, Councillor Park.
Oh no, it's okay, but I'm quite happy to move the resolution. I think it's important that the Mayor is involved with the delegation of this nature, and I think it's great that you've had over 15 interest, and I'm sure once this is brought to light through it being put through council, then hopefully you'll get more. Great, thanks, Chloe.
Okay, any other questions of Chloe?
Mr. Chairman, I always have a question on China.
Always.
I'd just like to raise the point. I'm very relaxed the fact that the delegation will be made up of self-payers, and it won't be an impost on the council. The only impost that we will have will be the Mayor going, and I support that as the head of this district. If it's a district-wide business community, I do question the costing and the reasons for, and there's one other after this, for the Mayor to visit Fengling and Nanning. I do not believe that to support the progression of the feasibility study. That's fascinating. So I'd certainly be against that. I also have a look at your conference itinerary, and I'm just interested when this delegation of business people are going to have the chance to meet one-on-one with those persons in tourism, dairy, and that sort of thing. Having been, I won't continue, but that's another question that I've got.
Yes. To answer that second question first, it is a challenge to make sure that we provide value for the individual businesses, and that's what we're about. We're not about this is not a civic delegation, it's a trade delegation, and it's there to support the businesses to come up to China. Obviously, we've had an invite to bring a trade delegation up, which includes some civic elements with our friendship city, Shaoxing. what we're looking at doing, so basically when that boils down, if you pull that all in together, it's one day of civic activity, the 25th of May, and then the 24th of May is just in the evening. So where the itinerary is sitting at this stage is we're looking to head up to Shanghai first, meetings with NZTE, MFAT and a number of businesses in Shanghai, through to Hangzhou. We've got some dairy businesses we're looking to visit there, through down to Shaoxing. Obviously, we've got a civic day there, and then we're arranging for business meetings. So we've just actually hosted the Trade Commissioner to Guangzhou here yesterday, and he's supporting the delegation in terms of creating those meetings. We're working with the Foreign Affairs officers for each of these areas, and we've been very clear that these businesses need to get return on investment and benefit. Not all of them are wanting to have one-on-one business meetings. Some of them are wanting to go up there to understand China, to go and understand the market. But there are some very clear outcomes that the businesses are wanting to achieve, and that's what we're making sure that we can arrange.
Thank you. And Mr. Chairman, will we receive reports back from those individual delegation members? Or is the funding themselves, is that something we
Probably not.
themselves.
No.
That's the one I asked my second part of the question.
So will you receive a report back from
Will
the
we
businesses?
receive a report on the connections that the delegation, just for our own interest, as we are sending the mayor?
Probably, I wouldn't look to get each of them to do an individual report themselves for obvious reasons, and I'm sure some of the relationships would be confidential that they may make. But we will be doing a post-trip survey, and one of the big pieces I mentioned before is that we're doing training in advance and also a debrief afterwards. So part of that training is to be very clear on the objectives for those businesses, and then the debrief is to make sure that we've actually achieved those and been able to support those businesses. We will definitely do a report, which no doubt I'll bring up to council after we come back.
Thank you.
Do you want to just explain to Councillor Boddy about Nanning? Nanning?
Yes. Sorry.
Councillor Boddy
Thank you.
queried
He was
Nanning.
just pointing to me saying that I didn't mention that.
Oh,
so I think
okay.
the Nanning piece is, again, it's when David and I went and visited Nanning last time, it was incredibly well received, and it really did help to further that relationship. And I think if we're looking to continue and wanting to encourage this project to progress for a very minimal investment, I think we should definitely consider visiting Nanning as well and just re-showing our support. Since we did that visit, we've built a relationship I mentioned before with the Trade Commissioner and also the Consul General. So they've also offered to join us on that trip. So what we'd be doing is we're just further enhancing that relationship and the guanxi that exists between Taupo, Nanning and that business.
So Nanning is the home to the Fangling project.
Home of the Fanglan project,
So
absolutely.
can you give us a quick update on that, or is that still...
So that's still in feasibility stage at the moment, and that's where it's sitting at from that perspective.
The expenditure on that programme is well over $1 million.
Well over $1 million.
So it's a major investment in Taupo District, regardless of whether it progresses further or not. It's still a major investment.
Yeah, and obviously we want
worth
to.
the mayor saying hello.
Yeah, we want to make put it as strong a foot forward and to progress that project.
Mr. Chairman, for anyone else, just on that issue, have anyone been monitoring the successes of that company at the moment, where their share market sits in the trade? I noticed in the first quarter of 15 they had a decline net profit of 73%. I haven't followed that because I'm having great difficulty getting into that part of the market. But I'm just wondering how they are progressing as a company in China at the moment with the way China is.
I understand that they, and very similar to you, this is not an area that I have expertise in and obviously can't access that, but we have had an agency look at this group for Enterprise Great Lake Taupo on their behalf. I understand that they are undertaking a major acquisition at the moment in China. They are purchasing another large MDF manufacturer, which will actually make them the largest MDF manufacturing company in China. And in our opinion, that'll probably actually put them in a stronger position for their Taupo wood processing investment, because they'll have a larger balance sheet in which to leverage capital off. So our understanding, from what I understand, things are looking very positive. But
Thank you.
So Christowski.
Thank you. Just very briefly on those 1,000 tourists, are they still on track to come here?
they are, absolutely, yep.
The vast majority of them will be rich Chinese business people. won't they?
Absolutely, that's the intention, yep, high net worth, absolutely.
Question answered.
Over the Stillbridge.
That was rhetorical.
Councillor Stewart.
I'd just like to pass the resolution.
else, Councillor Cousins?
Through the chair. Two things. The due diligence or the feasibility study for that you're talking about, how long has that been going on for now?
I think formally it's been going on for 7 months.
7 months.
Yes. Which is not unreasonable for a project which is $400 million, I don't think.
Second thing was you mentioned about costs in here for the mayor, for 2,000 to 4,000 for two people. This doesn't seem very much.
No, so the reason is because we've been able, that admin fee will cover a significant proportion of the cost to take the mayor and advisor up.
It's an election year, so I assume we'll be going economy.
He's going to start.
No?
We flew economy last time, I can assure you.
We didn't.
It was 7 flights in 5 days. It was hard work.
That's a fast flight. It's normally 13 hours something, isn't it?
Pardon?
Normally 13 and a half, 40 hours.
Yeah, about. I think it was 12. Yeah. Anyways.
All right. Okay, there's a suggested resolution there.
Too.
And I think Councillor Park moved it, did you, Councillor? And seconded by Councillor Stewart. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Against? Carried.
Thank you all.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Chloe. Item number 11. Minor amendment to significance and engagement policy. So we're just about there, councillors. So one more item. We can have a hello, Ariel.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. This report is just about making a minor amendment to the significance and engagement policy. It's a technical amendment so that it's clear that when council is adopting a final policy or plan, it is a significant decision, but the expectation is that compliance will have already been achieved with the relevant decision-making requirements in the Act.
Very good, Ariel.
Pardon?
Riveting stuff, isn't it?
It is if you're a policy advisor, yes.
Bridge discussion was way more interesting.
Councillor Krasowski.
I have perhaps a boring question for you. Correct me if I'm wrong, but was it last year that we agreed to a Waikato Regional Plan Significance Policy?
So one of the things that has been happening across the region is that we've been working in collaboration with the other councils to develop policy templates that everybody in the region would be able to understand. And one of the projects that was kicked off first was looking at the significance and engagement policy. So we worked in collaboration with the others, although we did move away from, if you like, the general direction that they went. So we didn't necessarily follow the same template that they did.
Okay, so it won't do us any harm being different at this stage? Okay.
No.
Thank you.
Just in the riveting world of policy, Ariel, what was it that triggered the technical amendment? Was there something that happened, or was it just...
It was a piece of work that I was doing that made me think about it, and I thought actually we should just make the change.
Right, okay, thanks.
I like that answer. All right, Councillor Truman.
I'll leave it.
Mangakino's happy? Okay, all right. Item number 11, suggested resolution there that the council adopts this amendment. Moved by Councillor Truman and seconded by Councillor Harvey. I think had a run this time. Yep. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those against, carried. Item number 12. Tina. Yeah, we've been...
So you've got a piece of
paper.
With just some additional changes since the agenda was printed. So the first one is really just making sure that we got the name correct for the ad hoc committee as opposed to a council meeting. There's a additional workshop regarding the Kinloch Lakefront Reserve. So there's a closed part initially and then an open workshop on Thursday the 10th. And on Monday the 14th, a site visit to Whariwaka Point. That's in relation to the Great Lake Walkway. And then a workshop back here after that site visit. And the last one is just a slight adjustment there in terms of the bylaw hearings.
Okay, thanks, Tina. And then opportunities, conference and professional development opportunities.
Yep, so I've had nobody come with anything in relation to that.
Requests here.
And then the last one is just tidying up an error that was made when we adopted the meeting calendar late last year, just in terms of timings for the local government conference. So it's a suggestion to alter the council meeting dates.
Okay.
Your Worship.
Amendment to the meeting schedule. Okay.
Could I just have clarification on that, where you've got the council meeting bylaws, hearing and deliberation?
Yep.
Is that the ad hoc committee?
Well, it's a depend one, because the submissions close at the end of this week, and at the moment there's very little in terms of submissions. So potentially we could have the hearings on the Monday, and then have a special council meeting to adopt them, rather than have your ad hoc committee doing that.
Okay.
Yeah. So that might change to a special ad hoc committee. We're just not quite sure. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Chairman, I have a
Thanks,
couple
Tina.
of questions.
Councillor Boddy?
My first question, Mrs. Jakes, is that the Kinloch Lakefront Reserve, the first part of the workshop is closed.
Yes.
Why?
That's to get some legal opinion to you.
That you remember that we brought to you in an open session a judicial review application. This is bringing back the legal advice you asked us to go and seek.
Okay. Secondly, down at the bottom, we're going to have those changes in council meetings because of the conference. I just want to check that the meeting that's been changed from the 26th of July to the 2nd of August will contain all financial information, etc., up till in the CEO's report to the end of June, and the same with the August one. Would that be correct? So effectively, we're waiting for the information to the 2nd of August instead of getting it on the 26th of July.
So the same information that you would have got on the 26th of July, you'd get on the 2nd of August.
Through the Chair, we can't guarantee at this particular point of time you'll have financials through to the 30th of June, because that's the end of the financial year, and there's a lot more work in producing that information. You'll have it till the end of May.
Even through you, Mr. Chairman, even though we're going back another week to the 2nd of August.
A week is neither here nor there when it takes a good 6 or 7 weeks to do your year-end accounts.
So the 23rd of August meeting, which we're now holding on the 30th of August, will have till the end of July?
You'll have till the 30th of June, yes.
Thank you.
So you'll have them at the 30th of August meeting. Yep. All right. So that's that. Suggested resolution there. Those change of dates.
Yep.
Do we talk about the local government conference now, or do we do that next meeting?
No, we'll bring up a item.
An item. Okay, good. Okay. All right. No other questions? Yes.
Just one, so there'll be a full council meeting on Tuesday, the 30th of August, and when is the last sort of sitting date for this triennium, or the last?
It'll be in September. I can't remember what date we put in September. Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah. So it's still another month.
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
All right, lovely. Thank you, Tina. All right, suggested resolution there. Could I have a mover, please? Thank you, Councillor Truman. Seconded by Councillor Harvey. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Against? Carried. Item number 13. Members' reports. Will they be able to be handled in to Shani here? Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. All right, I'll have a recommended resolution that, did you want to?
Oh, yeah, just to add, yesterday I attended along with Gareth, we went to the Waikato Plan Joint Committee meeting, and it was really productive, and it's at a point now where a draft has been endorsed by the Joint Plan Committee, and there will be in the next 2-3 weeks a workshop just to update elected members as to where it's at and to seek any sort of comment before it goes back for adoption.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Park, and thank you for attending that meeting on my behalf. Much appreciated, Mr. Green. Thank you. All right. Yes, Councillor Christowski.
Clarification on that. Before it gets adopted, do the prospective councils have an opportunity to view it and endorse it before the other council?
Yeah, just sorry, through the chair, thanks for the Mayor Hardacre. It was for her sort of at the last moment that is happening, and that's why it's going to come back in it's been endorsed by the Joint Committee. It'll go to the elected members on each of the separate councils before it goes back to the committee for the draft to be adopted, for it then to go out for consultation.
So we'll have it come by way of an agenda item. Okay, cool.
When that gets back.
All right, that's great. Okay, members' reports pre-received.
I've just got two quick items.
Oh, okay.
The first quick item is that on the 5th of this month, I walked from the path opposite Gables out to 2 Mile Bay with a staff member and Colin Cockburn, who's in the electric wheelchair. There's some major problems with that pathway, not only the sharp corners, but the tiles are giving way. It's the first time I've walked out there for some considerable time, and I think what we need to be doing is reassess our funding for next year, and maybe it's an annual plan decision to make some changes there. The other one is, and this is a little bit disappointing, Access had a community event on the 18th at the event centre, because we're going to have the audit in town on mobility access, and it was very, very poorly attended, which is a little bit disappointing. And it was advertised to, I believe, councillors. I may be wrong on that, but anyway, that's coming up shortly. The audit will take place.
All right, thanks,
Poorly
Councillor
attended by
Boddy. Just reminding, this is just reporting back on not really issues, just for what we've done. So thank you for that, Councillor Boddy. Yep. Okay. All right, thank you very much. Moved by Councillor Krasowski, I think this time.
Apparently, yes.
Seconded by Councillor Stewart. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Great. Passed. Thank you. We'll probably just have a 5-minute stop, and then we'll come back for the we move into confidential now. So there's a resolution there to the confidential part of the meeting, but the other two, I want to, as part of the thing, include the members of the community board who are here this afternoon. Yeah, into the resolution. So if I can do that, do we have some new words or no? That's all good. So you've got a note of that, Shane. So the members here. Could I have a mover, please, for that? Councillor Cousins. Thank you, Councillor Cousins. Seconded by Councillor Hickling. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Against? Carried. Right, 5 minutes stop.
It's a meeting called by Rose Prisk Community Grouping for the Access Committee. Not for the committee, but to look at the audit. The guy who's doing the audit was in town to speak to his wife.